Warhammer Fantasy. I've said Warhammer Fantasy, not Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Fantasy. And I wonder about the timing. In this, where Blackstone Fortress, I'm kind of happy, but I'm kind of sad. We're going to see where things go. The one thing that you can count on is Games Workshop is always going to do a money grab. Not that they don't put out amazing product. They do. Amazing models, interesting narrative. Rules are hit or miss, but let's be honest. Are you playing Warhammer 40K or any of the subsystems for the amazing rule set? No, you're playing it for that fun and the narrative and the collection and rolling the dice and making things blow up. So we have Blackstone Fortress, which was a bold move because it was the Warhammer Quest system. We had the Silver Tower. We had the idea of playing Warhammer Quest in Age of Sigmar taken to a 40K level. And it wasn't just, for the first time, Space Marines in space. I mean, we had Chaos Space Marines, but you're a rogue trader. You're doing the Blackstone Fortress thing. I mean, an amazing game. I love it. It's amazing. But it's coming to an end. We're getting the Zote soon. Slight delay on that. And then the final chapter. And then Games Workshop is dropping it. So about what? A year and a half? They said when Quest was released, they're going to support it for a long time. It's going to be out for a long time. Much like making a sorcery check or a spellcraft check in D&D, I immediately disbelieve. Games Workshop supports their boxed games and then drops them. So it's had a good run. I'm glad they've finished it out. I am hungry for more. And that's not to say not to jump into Blackstone Fortress right now. As a side note, it's still in production. You can still pick it up. It's still an amazing standalone product, and I intend to play it infinitely into the future. But I'm already looking and kind of wondering, speculating, and then we'll kind of turn it over to the comments. What's going to be next? What's going to be next? We did the Silver Tower Age of Sigmar. We jumped to 40K. Could it jump back to Warhammer Fantasy? Could it jump back to that? And I believe a couple of months ago, there was some talk about resurrecting Warhammer Fantasy, maybe in some boxed sets or kind of exploring it in standalone products. Certainly never bringing it back as a full-blown wargaming system. And I happen to be a little bit in agreement with that. I don't think it's worth going back simply because you'd be competing with Age of Sigmar, and that's already been rebooted and sales are good and it's established. We don't want to go back in that direction, but there's still some amazing IP. There's still some amazing possibilities where if Games Workshop can bring in board game players that are not connected to the 40K universe. I mean, who's really buying these 40K boxed sets? They're the enthusiasts who are like, I can't get enough of 40K playing battles, so when we're not playing battles, I'll be able to play the board games. I mean, that's good. That's a good cash grab. But what about people that are interested in dungeon crawlers or interested in miniature-based games? If GW can lure them in with that plastic crack, then next thing you know, they're playing 40K, they're playing Age of Sigmar, and they're just trapped in that vortex. I think the strength of Warhammer Quest, Warhammer Fantasy, old school, with rebooted models, I'd be into that, of course. Being a enthusiast of dungeon crawlers, I think that could pull in a lot. So what do you guys think? I mean, there is going to be another Warhammer Quest. Both series, the 40K and the Age of Sigmar, did fantastic from a sales perspective. It would be crazy not to continue the amazing production value. Will it bounce back, or will it exist in another format? I'm hearing a whisper in the warp, 30K. I would love to see a 30K Horus Heresy, but I still think that's the domain of kind of elite 40K players dancing around Horus Heresy 30K. I don't know if it would have a big enough appeal. And I also don't think, as much as I definitely want another 40K quest, I think it would be better to explore things out. Maybe have 3 lines and just constantly rotating them. Your thoughts. But certainly with Silver Tower and Hammerfall, those were amazing products. 40K Quest took it to a new level with the rules and refinement and production value wherever they go. Now they're building on a third series, a third game, which is going to be amazing.